What's up everybody, it's Polo, and today I'm going to be making a beat using the same 808 sample as the sound for every track in the song. So that means it's going to be the melody, it's going to be the drums, and the bass line itself. So let's get started. So just a disclaimer, my audio setup isn't the best right now, so you'll be hearing what I'm hearing through my speakers played into my microphone. So it's not a direct connection. I'll work on getting that better, but for now, that's what we got. So the only thing I've done already is select this one 808 sample that I feel has a strong bass potential as well as a strong melody potential, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to make it sound like a drum after this. Here's what it sounds like as a melody. So not bad. I mean, I can work with that for sure. So I think I'll lay down a melody first and then we'll get going. I don't want to go something too crazy. I want to just remain maybe a simple chord progression because otherwise it'll be too hard to make this sound good. So let's try some chords. Alright, I like this. Hold up. Alright, I'm gonna record that. I like that. What's that, about 100? Alright, so let me record that. Let's quantize. Alright, so now that the magic has happened, here's what we have as a chord progression. Pretty good if you ask me. I'm just gonna rename this to chords. Boom. Alright, so now I want to do a bass line and get the main components all laid out here. Alright, so I don't want to do anything crazy. I think I just want to stick with the root note of the melody, keep it relatively simple here. Sounds good. Quantize. I'm just going to EQ out the bass frequencies of these chords to minimize the clashing as much as possible. I'm taking out some of the highs as well so it has more of a filtered sound and takes some of the harsh high frequencies out that aren't supposed to be heard since it's supposed to be played as a bass. So this is sounding good. I mean, I have a lot of hope for this beat. The hardest part I think is going to be the drums. Trying to make this one sound like a drum, that's going to be rough. But with the power of plugins, we can get it done. I'm actually going to go in and change some of the 808 lengths just so when I add the snare, it adds a bit more bounciness. You'll hear it. It'll be nice, trust me. Alright, so I've got the snare loaded up. I'm just going to play it and then modify the sound as it is. So it's going to sound terrible as I record it, but here we go. Okay, quantizing. Alright, so I've shortened the length of each sample just so you kind of get one little percussive hit, if it's percussive at all. And I want to bring up an EQ and try to just minimize the frequencies that I don't want as much as possible. So let's see. Maybe I can raise this band and see, since this seems to be the root note. Maybe I can add a clip distortion. Let's see what that makes it sound like. Alright, so I'm really not sure how else to modify the snare sound. I might just have it be sort of like a melodic drum, if it makes sense. Maybe like a bongo or something that sort of has a tonality to it. Maybe for a last ditch effort I can run it through Space Designer, maybe get like a, metallic sound off of a gated reverb. So there's that, and I thought about maybe adding a vocal transformer as well. Who knows what that can make it sound like. Let's have a listen. This one almost sounds percussive. Let me unsolo it. That's not bad. I kind of like that, so let's roll with that. Alright, so now I got the kick ready. I'm just going to record a pattern here. Alright, so we got this. I'm going to quantize it. So similar to the snare, I've reduced the note length just so you get the initial impact. I like how this sounds already, to be honest. I'm probably just going to modify it a little bit, but not too much. Alright, so I added an EQ with this shape, and then I put an exciter on with these settings just to give it some upper harmonics to maybe make it sound like a real kick more. Alright, from this point on, I'm probably going to stop playing the beat after I finish adding every sound, just so at the end I can play it for you all and you can hear it and be wowed. So I guess I'm ready to try a hi-hat. I honestly think this is going to be the hardest sound to get the sound decent, since it's going to be playing the most and it's going to be ringing in your ears if it doesn't sound that great. So I'm going to have to try really hard to make this sound decent. So I'm going to start with playing a high note randomly. Alright, so I'm going to quantize that. So I'm thinking maybe I can isolate these upper frequencies and kind of remove all of the harmonic elements from it and try to get some sort of percussive sound out of it, but it might be hard. Alright, honestly that sounds pretty good. I was expecting to have to use a lot more plugins to modify that sound, but don't overdo it, right? I usually like to add an open hat to add a little bit more texture to all of the drums, but I'm fairly confident I can't make an 808 sound like an open hat, so I'm going to stay away from that one for safety reasons. And the last thing I really have in mind for this beat is a melody, so I've put in the same 808 and I'm just going to try to figure out a melody for this. Alright, so we've got this melody, let's quantize. Alright, so we've got this melody. I'm not going to play it until the end, but I'm going to add the same EQ on it that I put on the chords, so it sounds melodic with the filtering and the low end removed. I'm also just going to add some width to this, some stereo widening. And I'm also going to use this panning automation plugin by Cable Guys, Pancake 2, shout out Cable Guys. Again, don't worry, you'll be able to hear all these changes I'm making at the end. But honestly, I don't really know what else to add to this. I don't want to overcomplicate it, you don't ever want to overdo your beats, so I think I'm just going to arrange it and then I'll play it for you guys. Alright, at long last, here it is, mixed and arranged with a couple extra additions. Just remember that every sound you're hearing is the same 808 sample, EQ'd, pitched, whatever, to make it sound like its own unique sound. So with that in mind, enjoy. Alright, Polo. Alright, Polo. Alright, Polo. Alright, so that was the beat. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. I did the best with what I could, and I hope to do more of these in the future, perhaps with better talent involved now that I know what it takes to modify the sound the way I want to get it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.